Here we go. Ready to be challenged? Yes? Okay, we're going on a Christmas tree hunt. Woo, yay, a little bit early, but we're going to do it. Christmas tree hunt. Okay. There's a nice river, though. There's a nice river. Yep. There's a nice looking Christmas tree over here on this side of the river.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you are over here on this side of the river. And you're thinking, boy, that tree looks really good over there.
Some mighty ripe looking tree.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure if it's going to fit in my house. So, we want a way to measure that tree without actually going over to it and climbing up the tree and seeing how tall it is. We can do this because we got trig in our back pocket. You need 2 measuring tools. Nope, don't even need a shadow. Because we'd have to measure that shadow, and we can't. We're not getting over there. You need something that will give you the angle of elevation of the sun. They make apps for your phone. They're called angles of inclination, where if you hold your phone like this, it'll read a 0, and you look, and then you tip it up until you see and then it'll give you the angle measure that it's angle of elevation. Yes, so you need your phone. And then you need a tape measure that's maybe 10 feet long, little ruler. Even a foot ruler would work. Okay, those 2 tools. We're going to figure out how tall this tree is. You ready?
There's a new app that measures anything.
Is there?
Yeah,
What is it?
12 has it's just on the phone.
Oh yeah, you still need the angle. It can measure that angle, but it can't measure the tree. Okay, here we go. So, we are not going to measure that distance, because we can't. But the angle to the top of the tree can be measured with that app on your phone. And we're going to measure that at 35 degrees. Obviously, we're looking for the height of that tree.
It's about 1 inch long. What? It's about 1 inch big.
All right, so if you look at this triangle, we don't have enough information here to solve for any of the sidelines. So you're going to take that 1 foot ruler you have, and you're going to measure backwards, directly from where you're at. Let's say you back up, 20 feet. So you do have that 1 foot ruler. You're going to back 20 feet. Now you're going to remeasure the angle to the top of the tree. You'll see why. Okay, this new angle is now going to be 21 degrees. With those 3 measurements, we are going to be able to calculate the height of the tree over here on this side of the river. I'm not lying. All right. Okay, here we go.
I'm not going to get up and go get up.
Okay, do you see 2 right triangles? Yes. Let's go to the inside right triangle. Okay, what trig function is going to relate the height of the tree to the distance on the ground here? Tan. Tan of 35 equals the height of the tree over that horizontal distance. We have 2 unknowns there. You can't solve one equation with 2 unknowns. You need a system of equations to do that. So now we're going to go to the big right triangle. So ignore this line in here completely. That's gone. What trig function relates to 21, the height of the tree, and this horizontal distance? Tan again. So the tan of 21 equals h over, what's on the bottom? Plus x. 20 plus x. Okay. Where is the next step here? Okay, what do you think?
Do you equal the things together?
We're going to get there eventually. Van Brockman, what do you see?
make the left one like equal to H?
Yes.
And put it over there?
Equal to H. If we make them both equal to H, then we could set them equal to each other. So let's do a little cross product. H. Trig done. Now we're just going to do some algebra. Algebra's taking over right now. X gets multiplied by the tan of 35. Over here, do the same thing. H gets multiplied by 1. What do you have to do when you multiply here? Parentheses around this 20 plus x. That's your side length. So the whole side length has to get multiplied by the tan of 21. Okay. So, since both of these things here are both equal to h, what's true about these two things? They're equal to each other. Now I'm going to have an equation that just has an x in it that we can solve for. So x times the tan of 35 equals 20 plus x times the tan of 21. Okay, what do you want to do next, algebraically? You want to divide by tan of 21? You can do that. Or what else? What's another option? Distribute. Either one. Which one you prefer, I don't care. They're both legal. Distribute.
No,
I don't want to distribute.
no, don't distribute it.
Divide? Okay.
Divide it.
Okay.
It's coarse. Thanks for-
Both were legal moves.
Is there a better one?
Nope. I would say this is the better one. Less writing. Okay, so you're going to take the x is going to carry along as, what's the tan of 35 divided by the tan of 21? That's calculator work. It's going to give me a decimal probably.
Is there a way to do, like, sign codes, like, what's my hand?
Tables. You would need, we used to use tables. They had them printed. Yeah. So you would have looked up the tan of 35 on your table and wrote down the number, and the tan of 21, then you'd grab a calculator that would divide those two decimals for you.
So how'd they figure out the first?
I don't know that. Okay, what is this? 1.8? Give me a couple more.
1.24.
824, thank you. X equals 20 plus x. Now what? Subtract 1x from both sides. Very good, algebra. Subtract 1x. That leaves 0.824x equals 20. Divide by 0.824. X equals 24.27. What did we just find?
Figure out how far away the
We
tree is.
found out how far away from the tree we were.
Can't we just knock
Took
it?
a whole page.
What's the river be
Yeah, we go to the homework.
How many examples are there? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Just go by a
How many
tree.
examples
I have
are there?
2.
Two?
couldn't
Yep.
decide.
Okay, if we want the height of the tree, we've got to come back either here or here and plug in the x. This one's a little bit easier.
Easy one.
So 24.27 multiplied by the tan of 35 will give us our height of the tree. How tall is that tree? Now are we going to go get it?
Alan, how are you gonna get across?
Well, wait a minute.
Well, we're deciding whether we want to go
Wouldn't
back
the
and get a
river be
canoe
frozen?
and a saw. We don't have everything yet. We're just debating whether we want to go do through all that work.
Cut it down and like point
Get a fake tree.
No, maybe. Do we want to waste our time?
17-foot tall tree. 17-foot tall tree. That's not gonna fit in
What?
any.
Hey, yo, it's 17 feet!
17 feet. 24.27 times the tan of 35.
Why does...
Does it have to be 17?
What'd you do, Paul?
Was everybody getting so mad?
I don't know. Getting all riled up over the Christmas tree. I know.
17-foot turkey over there. 17-foot pumpkin, yeah.
So it's a 1 feet.
Big old jack. 17-foot tree is huge.
Okay, here we go.
Bigger than my house.
Number 2. This one's a little easier. That was the harder of the two.
How big did we decide the tree is?
17 feet.
What did you just say, like 5, 6? Fairly loud.
Then people started saying different things, and I got confused.
Why? You didn't write the answer. It's 12. 18.9 then. It's 17, we already decided.
Nobody's
You guys
house.
lied to her. No, we did not. The answer was
How big is
17.
it?
I'm pretty sure she would know.
We still haven't come with a
Okay, we are now whale watchers, standing at the top of a tower.
First of all, why are we watching whales from the tower?
I don't know.
What do we watch from the top of the tree?
The whales watching from the top of the 17-foot tree.
The whale just sitting on the
Beached.
Why can't we be whale hunters sitting in the mat?
Can we make an extended universe of math?
You can be a math teacher and make up your own story problem.
Yeah. I'll be an English teacher and write story prompts for math.
There we go. Yes, please do that.
Sorry.
Be an English teacher and make your students write
That's a scribble.
Oh.
Yes, okay, so when we first sight the whale, the angle of depression is 15 degrees 50 minutes. The whale continues to swim toward the tower, and then just before it turns away, its new angle of depression is 35 degrees 40 minutes, or it goes underwater and disappears. So the tower height is 68.7 meters. Can you find the distance traveled by the whale? Alright, so can you draw a picture of this? Put yourself in a tower. Here you are.
Am I at the top of the tower?
You're at the top of the tower.
Make it Trump Tower.
Why are we on top of
How did he even get up there?
Why are whales?
Here is your first sighting of the whale.
You mean that's why it was open that or
It's literally.
The Earth doesn't matter how we got up there.
Yeah, it's like fog.
Okay, let's stay focused.
It's very hard for me.
I see that. Okay, we need an angle of depression to the whale. So if I'm here, where's my 0 line? Straight out, don't forget the 0 line. So down from that to the whale. This is the 15 degrees 50 minutes. Okay, there's the first part. Now the whale continues to swim toward you. Then eventually goes underwater. Your last sighting of the whale has a new angle of depression. So the new angle of depression is 35 degrees 40 minutes. So the 35 degrees 40 minutes comes from the 0 line down. That total is 35:40. The tower is 68.7. Okay, we're going to be doing some trig with right triangles. Where's my right triangle?
It's literally the base.
Continue this over, run into the tower. Okay, our goal is to find the distance traveled by the whale. That's this distance.
Okay.
We're probably going to need, while we'll move in here, we're probably going to need something down here to represent this distance. So a different letter would work for us. Why?
Good call, Kyle.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Drawing the triangle.
Alright, so let's go with the big triangle first.
The big triangle.
The big right triangle is right.
XY.
Gotta use the right triangle. There it is. Okay, we've got the 68.7, we've got the right angle. We can't get the sides yet, but can we get either this top angle or this angle down here?
Yeah. We can get both.
We can get both of those. Which one's gonna be quicker?
The bottom right.
What's this bottom one going to be?
Alternate interior.
Alternate interior is gonna transfer this 1550 down here. That's the quicker one.
Yeah.
The other one would be, complementary to the, 1550, but I'm gonna put the 1550 down here. So, give me a trig function standing from here. Which trig function are we gonna use? Opposite, adjacent, we got tangent again. So the tan of 1550, opposite is 68.7, adjacent is y plus x. There's those two unknowns. We can't solve one equation with two unknowns. So we are going to move into the other right triangle. Do you see the other right triangle? Let me grab yellow. The other right triangle is here. Okay? We need an angle so we can set up a trig function. Which angle can we find quickly? Nope. What?
You take 90 minus 35 degrees 40 minutes.
Yep.
Then you
We-
subtract.
We can take 90 and subtract 3540 to get this, or we can just alternate interior. What's going to alternate interior down here? 3540.
35, 40, like 7,
Too much geometry.
Probably like 35.
Okay, so we're going to do tangent again. So the tan,
Wait, what's that?
3540.
She hasn't written them. A lot of work. She did too much.
Opposite is 68.7 over, oh, look at, this one only has one unknown in it. Oh, that means we can solve this one for y. Once we get the answer, put it in here, and then we can solve for x. Oh gosh, math, love it. Okay. The first one, both equations had two unknowns. This one had h and x, and this one had h and x. We couldn't do that, so that's what makes this one easier. So 68.7.
I want to go watch Whale.
Who came up with this and where they live? I just want to tell them.
I think he's probably dead.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks for reminding us of our mortality.
Let's just say it again.
I did it wrong.
What is it that you, Tom?
I don't get the first anything.
Everyone except for me.
Ever know,
95.72.
ever-
We're doing three sig figs. What you got for me?
95.7.
Okay.
There was their win.
Okay, now we're not done yet. So the 95.7,
Substitute it back in. Pretty much the same exact process.
and we're going to cross product again. It's going to be a little bit tougher because we're going to have a plus x with this number down here, but that's just algebra. Don't get confused.
Just like kids.
So 68.7 gets multiplied by 1. Tan of 1550 is going to get multiplied by 95.7 plus x.
Oh my gosh.
You want to divide? We can divide.
Let's divide this whole thing.
Do you want to get rid of that right now instead of distributing in? That works for me.
I'm saying.
We're going to hate on distributive property today. Not even going to give it acknowledgement. We're hating on distributive property, not even giving it the time of day today.
Kyle, why are you doing that? Hey, Kyle?
I need to find a new place to put it.
What do we have over here?
242.24.
That's a lot of.
And then subtract the 95.7. X equals. Okay. What do I have for you today?
What's the answer.
What do I look like?
Like you know the answer?
No, I changed the numbers from first hour.
6.5.
146, so 147.
Yeah.
Whew.
Okay, so now we finally figured out how far the whale.
We know how far it swam, and that's important in life.
Let's go, we figured out how far the whale swam, guys.
Okay. There you go. No complaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a lame